I take a sip of water from my kitchen tap in Australia. Clean, clear, and safe. But in Uganda, each glass carries a risk of waterborne illness. In fact, just 19% of the population have access to safely managed drinking water. In the chart below, we see rural areas in particular struggle, as there is less piped water and people are dependent on less reliable technology like boreholes and wells. Unsafe water contributes to around 33% of diarrheal disease cases, which is a leading cause of death for children under 5. Recurrent cholera and typhoid outbreaks further strain the healthcare system, and it also causes financial stress, with households spending up to 25% of their income on treating preventable illnesses. Why is this happening? In the last 30 years, Uganda's population has more than doubled to 50 million, yet supply has not met the demand of this growing population. This stems from the real underlying problem, which is a lack of investment. There is a $2 billion funding gap that seriously hampers water infrastructure construction and maintenance. But $2 billion is a lot and requires external support. A very cynical opposing view then is, why should international aid partners invest money into a corrupt and ineffective government? This is a valid concern. As seen in the bar chart, Uganda scores just 26% on the World Justice Project's measure of absence of corruption, one of the worst performers among low-income countries. A naive approach risks wasting funds to achieve very little, which has happened in the past. Our counter-argument to the view, though, is this. Governance is not the sole factor in determining water access. As seen in the scatter plot below, there are countries like Paraguay and Pakistan that achieve better water outcomes than Uganda, despite having similar governance scores. The reality is that postponing an investment in water infrastructure is not a viable option. The health and development consequences are too severe. We are investing into the people, not the government. So what must you, the Ministry of Water and Environment in Uganda, do to solve this? Well, as mentioned by the opposition, you must obtain funding by improving transparency with international partners. This can be done by third-party audits and pursuing a policy of open budget reporting. It's also important to define clear responsibilities in executing projects between the ministry, district governments, and local committees to ensure accountability. With that funding, focus on expanding solar-powered pipe systems that have a long lifespan. Train local technicians to keep systems running in rural communities. Develop communication helplines that allow for rapid responses to sanitation issues. We estimate costs to be a tiny fraction of the Ugandan GDP and a move towards closing that $2 billion gap. Committing to this will not only advance SDG 6, but it will also help restore the fragile public image of your government held by people inside and outside your country, which is a clear incentive for the ministry. Ugandans should not have to endanger their life from each glass of water. That's why smart, transparent investments by your ministry in safe water isn't optional, it's essential.